Yes, people, we're locked in to the Big Bad Station, aratradio.com, okay, and have a very special guest joining me. She goes by the name of Katalyst, a definite contender in the music coming up, okay? So without further ado, please do introduce yourself and let the listeners know who you are.
My name is Katalyst, and I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm a reggae/dancehall artist.
For real, sis. And so, tell the listeners how your journey began, how you started in the music.
I started music singing in the church, singing on choirs in school and on the church choir. I did competitions called JCDC, which I got a scholarship to study music at the end of Manly College. It's a music school in the Caribbean, and I entered JCDC song competition.
Yeah.
For 2012, and I won. I was the third woman and the youngest to have won that for Jamaica 50 with a song called Reborn Jamaica.
Wow, big up for that, for real. And the fact that you're a female artist is even more respect.
Thank you.
Definitely. So, how would you describe your sound and your kind of style to the listeners?
Okay, my style is basically, an eclectic mix of all the genres that I've learned, while in school and, on the road, working with other artists and stuff and such.
Yeah.
And it's a fusion of my culture, which is, as you know, reggae and dance, to bring out the Katalyst brand.
Yeah. So, talk to us about some of your tunes that have made it out there and kind of the eclectic vibe, such as Real Girl, and how that came about.
Real Girl?
Yeah.
I did that song like a long time when I left Edna Manley College. I didn't even know that song was really out there like that, to be honest.
Okay.
Because that was like my first song. That was like my first song, like, because I'm classically trained and I did jazz at school. So that's my first thing that I studied in school. So, that, and of course I had From My Heart, which I did that after I won festival. That was really good.
Yeah.
And then I did Extraordinary, He's Just Not Into You. And those songs are pretty much, taking the world by storm and doing excellent.
Definitely. And how do you go about doing your lyrics and putting all your content together? How do you do it, sis?
Well, I don't really have a specific strategy. It's more of my experience, my friends' experience, or something that I'm affected by. Like if I feel like strongly about it or emotionally about, like, seeing stuff on the internet and stuff, I just write about what I see because I want my music to be relatable and somebody can relate to it and say, this is me. I can feel what she said.
Yeah, for real. And then, you did a duet, should I say, with JQ. And
yeah,
how did that come about?
It was a good vibe. I mean, JQ is an excellent singer, and that was a good tune. We didn't do a video. It was on my EP called This Thing that I released as well, and that was doing good on it as well.
For real.
So big up JQ.
Definitely. And then I know you're still in your career, you're still up and coming, and you're still doing your thing. But what has been like the proudest moment for yourself so far?
I would have to say, winning the JCDC song competition for Jamaica 50 and creating history.
Yeah.
I'm the third and the youngest woman to have won it. And just being able to grace the stage with, a lot of talented artists and veterans in the business, such as Miss Diana Kingston and Stevenson, Queen Africa, and, working with Dean Fraser and all of the greats.
For real. And so, you've mentioned some massive artists there like Queen Africa, Tanda Stevens. Did they talk to you and kind of give you any advice?
Yeah, they did. And, not just advice, but just looking at them from a professional point of view and going on the road with them and just learning from them and learning what not to do and what to do as a professional artist. So yeah. I would say
for real. So with that, and you get into that stage now, And then we come on to your song called Black is the Colour. And,
Yes.
I listen to that song and I keep playing it on my radio station because it's such a powerful song. But how did you come up with that song, and kind of what has the reaction been like in Jamaica so far?
I mean, I wouldn't say I came up with the song. I would say it found me at a time that it needed to be, the message needed to come out.
Yeah.
I was actually in bed one morning and I was scrolling on social media and I saw, what's happening, in the States, overseas with the Black Lives Matter, and I saw how, they treated, people for just by the color of their skin, and I started, crying in tears, and it felt as if one of my ancestors came down, and gave me the inspiration, and I heard the echo of saying black is the color of my skin, and I started writing it. But telling the truth, like when I finished writing it, I was like, well, nobody will want to hear this because, it's of the olden language which the slave used, our genre, which was nigger spiritual back in the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it out, but I think the timing was right. Black History Month and celebrating, Black History Month, and just loving. I just want people to just love themselves, and I didn't write the song to bring any chaos, but just unity of all races.
Definitely. And I recognize what you're saying when you said that you cried. Because for me personally, my family is black as well. And I could imagine my dad being there, my uncle, any black man that I know. And it was a deep kind of, realization of what's going on.
Yeah, it's funny that you should say that because a lot of people don't understand that even though I'm in Jamaica, we don't really face racism here. It's more classism of such. But I travel. I have a lot of friends and family that travel or live in the States. So I'm saying it could happen to me if I travel just for a week or one of my family members. So it still does affect me or affect anybody else that if they're not living, overseas and facing racism. And I think it's something that is a topic that's often pushed under the rug, and it's very important for us to realize that no matter your skin color, your race, we are all equals, and we should love each other regardless.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully that's one statement that everybody can agree on, hopefully. For real. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hopefully. And so, what kind of reaction did you get to that song in Jamaica?
I got like good reviews, but there was just one particular person that I sent the song. My manager's friend sent the song to a particular radio station in Jamaica, and he didn't get back to my friend's my manager's friend. So I called him because I knew him personally. So when I called him, I said, "Did you get the song that was sent to you?" And he said to me, "Yeah, I got the song, but we don't play reggae." So I said, "But it's not reggae." So I won't play that kind of song because it's too slow and people can't dance to it, knowing that I am the artist and I know if I'm writing a song, I know if I want a song for somebody to dance to.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not a song for you to dance, it's a song for you to really look into yourself and, hold a vibe and a meditation of where you're coming from to where you are and appreciation of, your heritage.
Yeah.
So he was like, I said to him, okay, thank you, I didn't have a problem for him not playing the song on his radio station.
Yeah.
Right? So I said to him, thank you for taking the time out for even answering the phone. And he said to me, saying, well, tell me something. Why you not even take more for it a song like that? That even make no sense. Like, leave people, make them bleach and do whatever they want, because that doesn't say that they don't love themselves. So I said, how is it not? Somebody bleaching themselves don't mean them love themselves. That's self-hate right there. So, and I mean, I said to him, it's not everybody going to write songs that ABC songs that can't pass Blackbridge and stay in Jamaica. Some people are actually going to write songs that are world songs. And I think that Black is the Color is not just a song for Jamaica, it's a song for the world. A song for people to just wake up and realize what is happening and to just show love to one another. And for a little girl who is Black that feels as if she can't match the whole social media standard of beauty to say, okay, listen, if Abby Dallas can sing a song and say, listen, I love myself. It don't matter if, I don't have a certain complexion or I don't have a certain hair type or whatever. I love myself because of that. And I don't care what anybody wants to say. I mean, I think that my job is done and I feel good about that to inspire somebody to love themselves.
Yes, sis. For me personally, I think the song is needed. I think more artists need to speak of their complexion who may be a darker tone. I think it's needed more and more. So just keep doing what you're doing, because for me personally, I love the song and it's going to be played, definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely. And so, with that said, what kind of songs do you play the most? Like, if you're turning on your speakers or you're sad or you're happy, who do you turn on?
I mean, I listen to a wide variety of artists. Like, sometimes I listen to Adele, Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, Erykah Badu. Sometimes, I listen to Bob Marley, listen to Tanya Stevenson, I listen to Little Diana King. Like, it's Beyonce, a little bit of everything. And you can see when you hear my music, it's kind of like that. Sometimes it's a ballad, sometimes a dance, or sometimes it's a really conscious song that you have to sit down and, really meditate. So it's a mixture.
For real. And so, with that being said, I know you spoke earlier about, winning the awards and doing all that sort of stuff and going, I think, above and beyond what you were expected, I suppose. So, what would you like to achieve now? What would you like to have in your mind?
I mean, for now, I just want to just honestly just make good music and to let the world know that, hey, there's still, good musicians out there coming from Jamaica and, waving the reggae banner proud and just letting them know, say the reggae energy is strong and the dancehall and just give people something to remember that even when I'm gone, it still will live on.
Yes, definitely. And so, with that being said, on regards to reggae and dancehall, what's your thoughts about like the current state of dancehall?
I mean, I think it's changing because, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing because, as the generation changes, the music will change.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, the young people, as myself, it's very important for us to not just change the music, but also know our foundation because without foundation, we're lost.
Yeah.
Without roots, we just drop off like we're like leaf coming off a tree.
Yeah.
So I think that's the important thing, which I don't think a lot of us are doing right now, studying the roots, watching the greats and remember where we actually started to where we're going now. Because if you don't have foundation, then you don't really have anything.
Yeah.
So I just think that's the whole thing. But it's a good look. But just know your foundation first.
For real. And the reason why I asked that as well is because, we had Beres and he did a great concert, Love from a Distance. And he invited on Popcorn. And I got to be honest, it did bring a tear to my eye, the younger generation with the older generation. It was really nice to see. And now, Beanie Man's released a single, Fun in the Sun, and he's got Popcorn and Dre Island. So I hope that one of the elders decide to take on Abby Dallas and say, yes, come on, sis, let's go. For real.
I hope so too. I actually did a song with Beanie Man called No Woman to Cry as well. So, no.
Okay.
It's a good look.
Definitely. And so, what's next for you? I know we're in lockdown, but what have you got coming up for the listeners to look forward to?
Well, I have a next single coming out. It's a dancehall called Poppy Show, and I have a freestyle dropping very soon. I'm just waiting, on the finishing touch of the editing of the video to drop. It's a freestyle from Skilly Bang's song, one of his song called Hot.
Okay.
So look out for that. So that's gonna be fire, and Poppy Show is coming out, and I have a bunch of other songs that I can't wait to put out. It's just I record them and just waiting for the right time and the right moment. One and only, I put out that as well. It's doing extremely well. It's like a lovers rock, like back in the time, on a foundation really, but that's really doing well as well.
Wicked. And I hope people go and support that, definitely. And so, young people now, you know, they're probably looking at you thinking, wow, I want to do that, or I want to come up in this business. What can you say to them as like some advice?
I would say if you want to do music, first of all, make sure you don't do it for the money, do it for the love. And don't let anybody try to crush your dreams and tell you that you can't do it. If nobody wants to help you, find a way yourself, because at the end of the day, not everybody that smiles with you will be there to lift you up.
Yeah.
Because I've been down that road, I've been up, kicked down, the door them closed for me. But that doesn't say that you need to give up. That just means you need to work harder and prove your haters wrong.
Yeah, for real. You know what, sis? You seem very positive, and I like that about you.
Yeah.
You seem
Thank
like
you.
you're uplifting. Like even when you're feeling like you're down or somebody's knocked you down, you're ready to get back up, and I respect that. It shows,
Thank you.
you know, it shows determination, and of course you're a sister in it, so I've got to big you up even more. For real. So, how can people connect with you if they wanted to search you on social media and those things? How can they go about doing that?
You can connect with me on IG at the Abidallas, TheAbbydallas. Twitter, it's Abidallas. Facebook is Abidallas. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Abidallas also. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me at 1-876-455-9955. 1-876-455-9955. That's my manager's number.
For real. And of course, you know, we can't have you on here as an artist and not ask you to sing a little something.
Sure.
Whenever you're ready and whatever you're feeling.
If you told me that you need me, I'm your one and only. Never leave me lonely. If you said that I'm your heartbeat, give your love to me only. I will stand right by you. Baby boy, if your loving is not a show, prove it now, come me really, really up and now. Oh.
Hey! Pure vibes, definitely. Feeling that one, sis. And of course, I hope that people get behind you, they support what you're doing. Definitely feeling what you're doing, for real.
Thank you.
And I'll be following you on your IG and supporting you, definitely.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I mean, it was a good vibe.